Come on, PS4. What are you doing now?
But the Noble Alliance forces' constant attacks have put them at a disadvantage. On top of that, a number of townships in the region have been caught in the crossfire and suffered great losses.
No, that makes
That's
sense.
terrible.
I'd heard as much, but it still pisses me off to hear it.
With the 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions occupied on the eastern side of the country, one can only assume the Noble Alliance intends to use that as an opportunity to crush the forces in the west.
Yeah, but they're not stupid. I bet the army in the west is putting up a pretty good fight by themselves.
It's too early to call things just yet.
An astute assessment. The situation in the Western Theater could change at a moment's notice.
Right. But that means we're uncertain what course to pursue now.
Makes sense.
And having said that, we have a question to pose to all of you. The question, really.
Doctor Who?
With the whole of the Empire caught in the throes of civil war, what exactly do all of you intend to do from here on out?
Yeah, we weren't actually able to come to that
Us?
conclusion. We got
We're in the
interrupted.
midst of discussing that when Reen was taken to the Pantagruel, in fact.
That said, might be a good thing for y'all to be here as well. You might have some valuable input we could take into account.
This is a full-on war, and our fellow Erebonian countrymen stand on both sides. No one here is delusional enough to think that a group of students like us are capable of stopping it by ourselves. Still, during our field studies, we found ourselves up against the problems this nation faces again and again. And because we have that experience, I believe there's a place for us to change things in all this. A part only we can play. We may not be able to compete head-on with the Alliance, but together, we can move things in the right direction for Erebonia as a whole.
That was wonderful, Reen.
Still, we aren't all gathered here for the same reasons. Be it rescuing Elise or settling things with Crow, we've all got something that we personally want to accomplish. But accomplishing those things won't be possible with the situation as it stands. And that's why, no matter how stacked the odds are against us, or how fierce the fighting becomes, we want to put everything we have into making all the difference we possibly can, in whatever way we can. I think I speak for everyone in Class 7 when I say that.
You bet.
I agree completely.
We may all come from different walks of life, but this time, that can work for us.
Exactly. We have something no one else does. And because of that, we can do things no one else can.
And what kind of class would we be if we didn't take advantage of that to protect the people and things we love?
As well as find our own answers to the questions we have looming over us.
As Reen said, however big or small it is in the long run, we have a place in this war, and we have every intention of following it.
That doesn't really answer the question, though.
Sounds like it'll be a pain, though.
No biggie. We're Class 7. Throw in a few of Reen's trademark speeches and we're raring to go.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Look at you kids.
You all sound like you've really thought long and hard about this.
That's the Class 7 I'm proud to serve. And you guys aren't the only ones who feel that way. Everyone at Thor's has something to bring to the table. Remember the Academy's motto? Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I totally forgot about
That
that.
was what Principal Van Dyke said to us at the welcoming ceremony.
That was a long
The
time
words
ago
of
now.
Drykel's the Lionheart serve to inspire us to this day, it would seem.
Of course. They ring as true as ever.
It's like you didn't even have to think about it. You guys just knew.
Yeah, you should be proud of yourselves. And it's true that Thor students are scattered all over the country right now. But I'm sure that each and every one of them are fighting too, and they feel the exact same way that you guys do.
I understand, Your Highness.
Indeed. I figured you would have already given it some thought, but I wasn't expecting such a stirring conviction.
You're welcome.
But I think this at least settles the matter of what course to take. If you would do the honors, Captain.
As you wish. We're about to do something neither side would ever expect us to do. We're going to entrust this ship to you.
Really?
From here on out, the Courageous is yours to command as you see fit.
Interesting.
What? What?
Father, would you mind elaborating?
It means exactly what it sounds like. The operation of this ship will be left entirely to your discretion. I imagine your journey to make a difference in this war needs a home base to begin from.
Well, that will solve our transportation problem.
Yes, but
But then what will you do?
We plan to disembark and make our way to the western provinces. Once there, we'll begin working with the 7th Armored Division and the other neutral forces in the region. The intention is to ensure that as few innocents as possible are harmed by this conflict.
So you guys intend to have the innocent hunted
I was
down?
actually worried this airship might prove a bit too conspicuous to aid us in pursuing that goal. But with us headed west, we'd be leaving all of eastern Erebonia in your hands.
That's true.
Wow.
I see. That does make the most logical sense.
Yeah, I mean, the courageous will draw our enemy eyes.
If we got the courageous, we could give our third faction some real weight. Neither side could afford to ignore us.
I'm not even sure the guild could come up with a plan this wild.
Well, it's fair to say I've learned a lot from the way the guild's members handle things, yourself included. Oh, and Alphen?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you to remain on board the Courageous as well. This ship is technically the property of the Arner household, fathers in particular. It should give them a certain freedom to act if they have concrete backing from a member of the Imperial family.
True.
I'd be happy to. Henceforth, I, Princess Alphen Rice Arnor, will guarantee the legitimacy of their actions. So do whatever you see fit to do. You have my full support.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Wow!
We're truly honored to have you with us.
No turning back now.
yeah, seriously.
We hereby humbly accept custody of the courageous.
Please, leave Eastern Erebonia to us.
We'll be counting on you then.
I'm looking forward to toasting your future successes.
On that day, Class 7 was entrusted with the day-to-day running of the Courageous. Viscount Arseed and Prince Olivert decided they would disembark near the Graham and travel to western Erebonia across the lake. And after receiving a bare minimum of instructions on how to operate the ship, its bright-eyed new owners set course for Bell Highway. Alright, so we'll have...
I'm leaving you in charge of the Courageous's day-to-day operations. I don't doubt you'll make a fine acting captain.
It would be an honor.
She is definitely the most qualified, given her position and experience at the school and the trade summit. So, how do I look? Wow, it really does suit you. Yeah, the size is just right, too. Fortunately, I had a spare on hand that was a size smaller. That is quite fortuitous. You're kind of like a cute mascot, like human Mitchie. Perhaps we should capitalize on this opportunity with an irresistible line of Captain Toa merchandise. That sounds like a wonderful idea. Oh, you two are terrible. Gotta say, that has a nice touch though. It really suits you. Yep, you're definitely like the part of a captain with it. I think things would be just fine here in our absence. Yeah, you guys wouldn't be needing us around much longer. So you guys are taking off then? We'll be disembarking together with Father, yes? Yep. It was nice to help you out until you guys got back together again, but now that you are, there's no use in me sticking around. The situation on the west as it is, I've decided to help out over there instead. I intend to return to commanding the RMP. I believe that's the best way I can contribute to bringing this war to an end. And we understand. Bye-bye, Claire. If you up to the lecture somewhere, make sure you say hi for me. I'll be sure to do so. I have been entrusted with a number of research tasks by Chairman Arena, as it so happens. So this is farewell for now. That doesn't sound shady at all. But, well, just stay safe, alright? Whether you're a member of Ouroboros or not, it'll never change how your family's made. Oh my. I'm touched to hear you say so. Please, my lady, take care of yourself. Still, let's keep in touch, okay? I'm gonna keep gathering as much info as I can through the Guild's intelligence network. It's not like Ereboni is the only place where strange stuff's going on down now. True, I'm particularly concerned about what's happening over in Crossbell. Anyway, I'll leave that to you. Give my regards to Miles. You know it. Thanks for everything you've done for us. I'm sure we wouldn't have been able to come this far if not for your help. Hey, no need to get all stiff and all of a sudden. You're embarrassing me. We may be working separately from now on, but I intend to do all I can to aid you in the future. Take care, everyone.
Master Reed, would you mind accepting this? It's a little something I've always kept with me. I hope it will be of some use to you.
Black Virtue.
Thank you, Sharon. You're always... I almost wish you could stay with us longer. I feel like I have so much more I could learn from you.
I would like to remain here and continue to serve you as well, you know. I wish you the very best in the days to come. I'm sure that if you try, you will find a place worthy of you in this world.
Damn, that must imply that the world isn't able to live up to them.
Thank you. I'll do...
I also hope that you'll continue to care for Lady Elisa in more ways than one.
Oh my.
Sharon, stop!
We'll all take care of her while you're away, so don't worry.
Well then, it's time we bid you all a fond farewell for now. Chin up, Alphen. I'm counting on your charm to keep everyone motivated.
May the goddess be with you.
Alphen might be the most charming of the
I look
group.
forward to the stories you'll have to tell when next we meet, Laura.
Good luck, Father.
Well, so much for the adults in the room.
Well, there they go.
I was hoping they'd stick around for a
Think
little
they'll be
longer.
okay on their own?
Only the goddess herself knows for certain. Still, with some already calling this a second advent of the War of the Lions, I can only hope they make it through unscathed.
Oh, I'm sure they'll all be just fine. They don't bear the symbol of the horned lion for show.
Yes, I suppose you're right. And the same goes for me, too. I can't very well call myself a Thor's alumnus and fail to deliver.
Well, well, aren't we birds of a feather? Proud Thor's graduates unite.
Wait, are all of them
I'll
from
be in
Thor's?
touch with them plenty in the coming weeks, so don't worry. The old guard will do as it must to keep watch over the young and vigilant. Speaking of the old guard, Chancellor Osborne was also a Thor's graduate, was he not?
Yes, he was.
Sorry to say, I can't picture it.
Was he now?
Interesting.
He and I may have had our differences, but I still feel a certain loss with his passing. I'd like to express my condolences to you while I have the chance.
I'm afraid I never had the chance to truly get to know him, but there's no doubt in my mind that he was one of the greatest men of our time.
Thank you.
Still, it must be tough for you with Heimdall under the Alliance's thumb. Were you
Yeah.
able to find out where his funeral was held?
Actually,
Captain?
Is something amiss?
it's just that I received a strange report on that very issue. I was
Okay.
told his body was taken into the custody of the Imperial Guardsmen when the city was occupied.
Okay.
But then after that, it simply disappeared at some point.
Well, that's unsettling.
Disappeared, you say?
Is it possible the reformist faction could have taken it from them?
I'm afraid I don't know. It is possible that the intelligence division did something to that effect.
Maybe he's been resuscitated?
A disappearing corpse is certainly cause for concern.
Why else would they need it? Except for experimentation or something.
It's difficult not to draw parallels with the Lance Maiden's sudden death following the War of the Lions.
Looks like history is repeating itself.
Unbelievable. I'm almost impressed how much trouble one man can stir up, even from beyond the grave. He had so many plots in motion, I doubt even his death put a stop to them all.
Unsettling, to be sure. Touring Erebonia 1.
No change in weather or wind direction since entering Kreutzen provincial airspace.
We are currently cruising at a speed of 3,000 SPH. Nothing abnormal detected on the radar thus far.
Detour around the Twin Dragons Bridge, staying within the clouds. Take extra care that we aren't noticed by the Noble Alliance's surveillance.
Yep, she is definitely filled into her captain role easily.
Wow, she's a real natural at this.
Yeah, it's hard to believe she's only been in the position for a day.
Indeed. She has proved a worthy captain in Father's place.
As if anyone could fit the role better than our student council president.
She still looks like a mascot character, though.
That's just one of her many charms.
Yeah, and besides, I can feel at ease knowing she's in charge. So, today's the day we start our journey anew, right?
Right. We settled what we'll be doing last night. Now all that remains is to do it.
Previous day. Conference room.
Well, Toa and George should be able to handle the day-to-day running of the ship, so that's out of the way. And whatever we decide, it's not like we're going to be able to do anything major today. Still, I think it's time we start hammering down exactly what we're going to be doing from tomorrow onward.
In theory, the Courageous gives us the ability to fly around the whole country with ease. But, in reality, the Noble Alliance has control over most of Erebonia, so we're limited in where we can actually go.
Yeah, we don't want to risk getting too close to Alliance territory. We'd run the risk of being captured, or even worse, being shot down.
It's sad to think how we barely have anywhere we can land with an amazing airship like this at our disposal.
For now.
Here to share your thoughts on this, instructor.
Oh, you kids can just do whatever you want. I lost the will to put in any effort after Captain Classy got off.
Damn. Well, at least she's being upfront about it.
You slacker.
I'm pleased that you think so highly of my father, but...
Maybe Laura can hook you up with a one-on-one lecture on the Arcade School of Courtsmanship, if you know what I'm saying.
Alright.
I was kidding.
Tone it down.
In all seriousness, if you need more people fighting in whatever you end up doing, I'll be happy to help you out. Just don't forget that the Courageous was entrusted to you kids, not to me. If you want my advice, then you got it. But you need to be able to make all the important decisions on your own.
I think that's what they were asking for.
Of course.
You almost sound like an instructor for once.
Getting back to the matter at hand.
Tone it down, Sarah. You're getting starting to sound like you actually matter. Your job
We
actually
don't need
matters
to
to you.
decide everything right at this moment. What say you to figuring out how and what for now?
Come again?
I assume what would be our overall goal. Something realistic that we can all work together towards. And the how would be a basic idea on how we intend to achieve it.
Uh-huh. It's a little trick we use in the student council. It's easier to get motivated when you have a specific goal in mind.
You guys were doing the same kind of thing in the weeks before the Academy Festival, remember? The concert was what you were working toward, and all your other planning was how you intended to pull it off.
I see. That makes sense.
We did spend a lot of time before and during the festival working out all the details, come to think of it.
Not to mention taking care of the things we couldn't plan, like the strange stuff at the old schoolhouse.
We were coordinating with all of the other classes and clubs at the same time, too.
When you break it down step by step, we did so much without even realizing it. And we may have our own personal goals right now, but if we can wrap those up into one overarching goal, it won't seem half as much.
How about making it something related to the Academy itself, then?
I'm telling you, you can somehow find a way to network all the Academy students.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
That'd be
wonder what's
really
happening
good.
there.
That way we can have our information network set up.
Toa, George, the Academy is currently under the Noble Alliance's control, right?
That's right. The staff and students who are there are doing what they can, but
As you know, during the attack, a lot of the students managed to flee Trista and are now scattered across the country. Now, most of the upper-class students chose to stick it out, though. They've got no reason to fear the Alliance, being nobles and all.
All right, then. I think our what should be taking back the Academy.
That sounds good to me. The Courageous will serve as a good means of transport, but we'll need a proper base sooner or later.
But with it, we can get a better look at the current state of things in Erebonia and try to reach out to those who are in need.
And whatever information we learn along the way could bring us that much closer to liberating the Academy.
Can't see taking it back going that smoothly, though.
No doubt.
True.
It's near the capital, so its defenses are going to be rock solid.
Still, I like it. What goal is more worthy of us than reclaiming something we hold so dear?
Indeed. Regardless of personal motivations, I can't think of an objective more fitting to us as a group.
And if we actually manage to achieve it, the sky's the limit for us.
I'm genuinely moved by your positivity. Well, their optimism is probably their strongest point.
Shush, Cat.
We were thinking of something along the same lines, in fact, so it works out. And hey, if we all thought about it, what's to stop the others from Thors from thinking it too? So if you happen to bump into anyone who escaped from the Academy, why not go and ask them to join us? I'm not saying it has to be your primary focus or anything, but the more people we have on our side, the better.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll be sure to keep an eye out.
We have about the bare minimum crew we need to fly at the moment, but it's not like this is their full-time job. I'm sure our current staff won't be here forever, so we're gonna need a few extra hands on board at some point. Ideally, we could have whoever's here now stick around long enough to train anyone we end up recruiting.
I know our numbers are small right now, but the more people we can get on our side, the higher chance we stand of making Trista and the Academy our home again. And I don't know about you, but I get this weird sense of satisfaction knowing that we students are gonna be the ones to do it.
I know the feeling, actually. Everything works for me.
I'd say that's our how decided, wouldn't you?
Agreed. To wrap all this up, we'll use the Courageous as our base and as a way to get a good idea of the current state of things in Eastern Erebonia. Along the way, we'll try to recruit as many fellow Thor students to help us out as we can. All for the sake of our primary goal, taking back Thor's military academy.
So yeah, I was right. Well, I suppose what we need now to decide what next is where we should head first. Yeah, you don't have many places we can go at the moment, but there's Legram, Emir, the North Islands. We're able to land at the 4th Armored Division's base too, right? Yeah, I asked Dad about that yesterday, and he's fine with it. Probably better for us to swing by all of them at once, really. Oh, almost forgot. Prince Olivert sent me a few requests to take care of. He did? Oh, joy. The details are all right behind you. Behind us? Oh, there's an normal computer here. I've only really used the ones in class. No need to fear. Technology doesn't bite. Plus, it'll be easier in the long run for you to grab stuff from here. So go on, take a look. Sure. Oh, lucky us. These are made by the Epstein Foundation, so they're identical to the ones we use in class. There we go. Something popped up. This is how everything is displayed. The Intelligence Division has something like these too, I think. Badass in danger. Treachery's in trouble, the damn noble soldiers, they... Damn it. I'll tell you in the gram, okay? Hurry up and get over here. So when we had taken into our protective custody is finished, we'd be willing to offer us a few more sets of eyes to look for him. Craig. I figured out where a few Thor students are. Oh! It's important to get to them to join us. I want to make sure our first years are safe. She'll be checking on Monica, Mint, Casper, and Vivi. Oh, I recognize those names. I just don't know them all. I'm sure they make great additions to the crew. Toa, and then Elder Ivan. Oh, and Lakeside Cabin. Yep, as I say, Elder Ivan, that's from Nord. Other mysterious monsters appeared in the Highlands, and orderly. Well, I can take care of it, but he's on patrol and can't be reached. Okay. Here's one from Nord, from Legram, and one from Grelia's Proving Ground. Seems we got plenty of work in store for us all over the country. And how I wish it was my imagination, but I think I saw a depressingly familiar name on one of them as well. I'm kind of worried about the one Dad sent for us. And I don't think we can ignore that unusual monster that's appeared in Nord either. And Prince Olivert took the time to gather and send all these lists himself? Wow, how did he manage to do that? He just left for Western Arabonia! He's a guy with plenty of connections, especially through the Bracer Guild. He said he's going to keep finding stuff like this, and he thinks you can handle it send them your way. How many you end up doing is up to you, but I recommend taking care of the more original one at least. Understood. I don't think any of us mind one bit. Indeed. Let's bring focus to our goal of touring the region and helping those in need. With that being said, I would assume checking the safety of our fellow Thor students is our top priority. I take the liberty of giving that one myself. We're slowly getting information on where other Thor students could be. Anytime we find something, we'll update the computer, and who knows, maybe they'll be willing to join us too. How convenient. Suddenly very grateful for those classes. Guess we'll be checking this pretty often then. Well, I think that's almost everything. When you decide where you want to go, first let me know, okay? Oh, and George is how I work setting up an orbital factory in the ship's hold. So if you need any modification to your Arcus or any quartz, you can sort those out there. While you're at it, it's worth checking on the other facilities on board too. Not much now, well we're short on staff, but I'm sure any students or crew will get creative with their space. Might as well. Still, do you guys mind if we figure out who's going to be making up our active party while we disembark? Actually, if we're going to do that now, would you mind including me? I'd like to see that strange monster from the Highlands request myself. I don't mind at all. That sounds fair. I can come with you too if you need a hand. Just let me know if I'm needed, okay? Thanks, instructor. Now let's see. It's temporarily not possible to remove that, if that makes sense. Okay, so... we'll have... we're all level 70 at least, so that's good. Excuse me. Gamachius. And... Fee. And Milliam because of level. And Sarah because it's Sarah. Okay, let's get going. Right. Let's go! And actually, I think that's a good starting point, a good stopping point. So I guess we'll save here when the cutscene ends. Should probably do as the instructor recommends and tour the facilities on board at least once before disembarking. There's not much, but it'd be smart to go see George in the ship's hold and pay Balmar a visit. Might be good to see Princess Alphen too. Now view the student info in the tab. Alright, so that's gonna do it for now. But I appreciate you lurking, and thanks for checking in. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.